Hi, I'm going to demonstrate how to install the Pay Now Direct plugin. The first step is to install a plugin by Sola Payments, and I'm going to demonstrate this on our demo website, which is demo Pay Now Direct. And you can see the back end of this, but I'll go to plugins here. And again, before you do that, you're going to need to open an account at Sola. You can open a sandbox, doesn't cost anything. Sola Payments, Partner, Pay Now Direct. I'll put that in the links below. And you just fill out this form and they'll open a sandbox account for you. When you get a sandbox account, you'll be able to see things like dashboard and transactions. Have this opened on account settings because we're going to need to create the API keys, which are here, and also to one called iFields account, which just connects it to the payment gateway. So without further ado, let's go to the plugins here. And so I already have this one installed. It's called WooCommerce Cardknox Gateway, actually. So, but you can do a quick search in the plugins if you go add plugins and search plugins. So you have to search for Cardknox. And here it is now, so you could install it. I don't think that there's one here for Sola. They're working on it. It's the same one, but it's still just, and that's our plugin. No, I don't see a Sola plugin. So at any rate, so the first thing you want to do is we can go back to our plugins and our installed plugins, of course. This is our plugin, the Pay Now Direct plugin. So I just left it. It has an update for it. So we can install that in a second. But the first thing we're going to need to install the Cardknox plugin. So, it's WooCommerce Cardknox Gateway. And then we'll go to the settings for you, which will be, and this is free, of course. So then we'll go Cardknox, we can go to settings. So if you don't want to use EBT, then you can just click this and enable Cardknox and it'll just accept credit cards. Then you're going to need to, but if you're using our plugin, the Pay Now Direct plugin over the top of the Cardknox plugin, then do not enable this. Otherwise you'll end up with two fields for places to enter the credit card and it'll confuse users. So you actually don't enable it, but you do need to have the iFields token and this API token. So if we go over to our API keys, then the Sola fields is the iFields key. It ends in 2E. So we'll check that. Actually, this is outdated, so we can place this and Sola iFields. And then the transaction key, which ends in 99, which is this one here. That's why it's been working. So 99, you'd cut and paste that here, which is already there. Capture charges immediately, enable payments or save cards. And then because this is, so these are the only ones that you need to check. All right, that's how to install the plugin. Then you need to install our plugin. So all this is free, and then you would need to install our plugin over the top. So if we go again back to plugins, and we can do the Pay Now Direct and search for it here. Here it is here, or we can just search. We do add plugin, and then you can do things like EBT, which is ours. here. So you could download this, or in this case, we're going to update it. And then we can go to the settings, again in the plugins, products and plugins. I've installed plugins, sorry. Then from here, we're just going to want to check to make sure that the API key is installed. And again, we got that by going to Sola. You're going to have to go down to Gateway Settings, and then you're going to create a key. So it's going to send you, it's 2FA, so you're going to have to authenticate twice. Once for getting in, and then once when you get over to the gateway payments. And then all you do is say transaction, the API key. You can say for the website and admin role, and then create. And then it'll come back and give you one of these keys. If you wanted to do just the iFields, you can, we usually put in the date and then the admin role here. So that will give you your 2 keys, which again, we put onto a spreadsheet here. This is not a live account. I mean, this is a demo account. So let's see. So at any rate, that's how we create those 2. We went over how to get a sandbox account. And then we can go to the Pay Now Direct plugin, which is this one here. And we would want to go under settings, WooCommerce settings. And then we're going to want to go to payments. And I would recommend hiding your other payments types, especially if you have clients, because this won't work with like PayPal and a whole bunch of other payment programs. It'll just stuff things up. So you really want to use just this because it has to be a split payment. And we can. So on this one, we're going to enable, it's called WooKnox split payment for now. Accept SNAP payments, full or partial, and Pay Now Direct. And so here's our API key. And again, this is the API key here. So we put the API key in there, and then if we were live, we would check live, but you can't go live right away. So you're going to have to get this approved by the USDA, and then they're going to get credentials. We're going to have to send them to Sola, and then Sola will implement them, which will connect it through to the website. No, I'm sorry, to the USDA. So at any rate, you put that in there, you save changes, and then if we want to go over, so I can grab some test cards, and we put these up on our website as well. So these are all test cards, and so I'll grab something here and put it into the cart and show you how it works. So take this vegan chicken mushroom product and add to cart. Then when we go to checkout, we have this set up in a particular way. So we're going to view cart. I'm going to show you what the plugin can do. So first of all, you have to have a visual indicator. So that's this piece right here. We did shipping on this, which is important because we're going to have to use a split payment with a credit card. If we did local pickup, it would take it off of here. But we are going to do shipping because we want to demonstrate that. We set this to go anywhere in the United States for just $10, just to make it simple. If you wanted to use a coupon code, you can apply it here. And I should also show you, before we go too much further, how this works with the product. So if you have product, we can choose any product here. And what we'll do is like organic cinnamon sticks. So this product here, what we do is our plugin will enable these fields here. So we're going to make this SNAP eligible. You can make them EBT cash eligible as well. And I'm just going to update this. So this is going to put the banner on there. And also too, when you go over and place it in the cart, so we can go to cinnamon sticks. Here's our organic cinnamon sticks. So now it's SNAP EBT eligible. I'm going to add it to cart. So now it's a $17 cart. Okay, view cart. So now I've got a SNAP EBT product, which is also cash EBT cash eligible, and then just a SNAP product. So we can differentiate between the two, and then it will subtotal the cart. So we'll have a SNAP EBT, we'll have cash EBT eligible, and then if we wanted to pay for it with a credit card and the shipping, it would be $27, $17, and $22.99. Hopefully that makes sense, but these are all requirements for the USDA, so they will not approve your site unless it can do all of those things which I just mentioned. All right, so I'm going to use address here in California. We can, of course, do ship to a different address, but we'll just keep this. We want to keep that delivery charge in there, delivery time. So this is also required. You're going to have to set up something, use Woo Delivery for an app, but as a store, you cannot, if you're using EBT, you can't go more than 7 days in advance. So this tool, this plugin allows us to gray out anything past a week. And it does a lot of other things. Again, it's called Woo Delivery plugin. Anyways, so now we've scheduled this and we're going to add an EBT card. So this is a test EBT card here. So it ends in 44. And I'm going to add my EBT number here. And then it's going to give me drop downs right here. So this is also critical. And let's say that I want to just do $16. Okay. So now the card has to recalculate. It's also a requirement for the USDA. And then it will bring it down to what we want to put onto the credit card. So our dummy credit cards are just these. So it's a split payment. This allows you to do a mixed cart. Oh yeah. So then it's also going to pop up this pin pad. Oh, sorry, it's a little slow. There it is. So you can use any combination. I'll just use straight sixes on this one. It has to be randomized. And this all comes with our plugin. So it shows the card number here that we're trying to use. These 4 digits. And then if it was a live card, it would be the actual PIN number that the user would have. And they're not supposed to share it with anybody. So it's their PIN number, just like a regular debit card. But it's important to note that these are not debit cards and they're not credit cards. Their EBT card is an animal all to itself. It has no expiration date. It has no CVV number, but it does have a PIN. Okay. So just as I was saying, so we have a $29 total cart, $17.99, which is SNAP eligible. We only used $16, so we didn't use the full amount, which is important to note. So the user can put in less than what's eligible. Okay, so it recalculated, and there's a $11.99. So I'll put in my test EBT card, and then I can put in any 3 EBV, and then I can put in any. I'll put in 30. Add card. Any expiration date. Okay, so we'll just check over this order real quick, but we could add our order notes, and it should all add up to 0, meaning that we've got the $16 plus the $11.99. And there it is. So you're required to do a receipt. This is an online receipt, which will satisfy the USDA. But the key pieces here are that you must have an itemized receipt because they want to see what was paid for with USDA dollars and what was paid for. They just know that you need to have it for things like bottle taxes or deposits or shipping charges or alcohol, tobacco, anything like that that you have in your mixed cart that's not covered under SNAP EBT. Okay, the other key pieces here, so that our shipping was teased out, so it's not part of the USDA dollars. Delivery time, which was fine that we put in there, confirm via text, but the date has to be in there. And the amount applied, the balance, the remaining balance, which is very unusual. Again, credit cards don't do this, so you have to have your remaining balance on there, which goes through to the USDA in real time, comes back with the actual balance remaining. EBT cash refunded, nothing in this case. But if we do a partial refund, like just the cinnamon sticks that were paid for, it needs to show $5 here. So on a partial, we're not generally not refunding the whole order, but we can do that as well. But they want to see if you're doing just the cinnamon sticks, then it would show up there. Okay, last 4 digits of the card used, truncated. So that's the card we use, and then to which one of these was supplied. Sorry, the credit card. And that's it. I did get an email response. I heard it come through. So that will be this as well. So we just double down. We have our order number, direct. So then just continuing on. I'm sorry this video is so long, but these are complex. So now we're going to go to orders. And then also too, I just want to show you what it looks like in the portal over here. So we're going to have 2 different ones here. So this is where the transaction actually took place, right, on Sola. But we're also going to see it here on our website orders. So this is the website here. And so I mentioned you have to demonstrate that you're able to do a partial refund. So I'm just going to click refund. And products, how do they end up over here? So we want orders. I don't know why that says canceled. You can cancel the order. Let's take a look here. Not, I will do the other one. So we're going to go refund, and then we're going to refund the cinnamon sticks, but we're not going to refund the delivery charge, which was $10, or this first one. So they got the delivery, say they didn't like the organic cinnamon sticks. We say fine, we'll take it off. It was paid for with USDA dollars, so we're going to refund this. The user must get a receipt, and also we're going to see it here as well. So again, we just refunded the $5, and then if we go back to our Sola and we refresh this, we should see -5. There it is there. So there's the $16 was charged to the EBT, and now $5 was refunded to the EBT. That's what you're going to need to pass the USDA. This is the credit card. USDA doesn't really care about that too much. Obviously, the merchant does. So we can see the separation between these two. All right, so that's how to install both plugins and then how to test with the dummies cards to make sure that it's working correctly. And all of this doesn't cost anything. So, you can test it on your website and just make sure it's working, or contact us at ticket@paynowdirect.com. It's TICKET at PAYNOWDIRECT, and we can help you get set up.